Hey guys, I've been doing a little bit of video watching on YouTube, particularly, LGBT coming out videos, and I figure I've now come out on Facebook. I've come out, pretty much to everyone that I can think of that I know. So why not come out to everyone, Why not share my story? Well, I guess the best way to start this is beginning when, I guess my first, kind of crush I had on a girl was way back in elementary school. I really, at the time, didn't know what I was feeling. I didn't even know I was feeling at the time. It's just been recently that I realized it was that far back. And, I had a crush on her. Her name was Anna. We were friends since the beginning of elementary school. We're close to the beginning, And we're still friends to this day. We're very close. I've kind of always envied her simply because she's always been very pretty. And I didn't really think much of it back then. I just thought, I thought my friend was pretty, But as I came to realize within myself that I still haven't quite figured out what exactly I am term-wise. At the moment, I don't define myself. But I went from feeling I was bi to feeling like I was full-on lesbian to back to bi to now I'm not sure. I'm the way I explain it to people is I'm into girls more, but if the right guy came along, I'd be open to it. But anyway, back to elementary school. Back then, I didn't know, I wasn't, mentally, I didn't know about this LGBT stuff back then. I didn't know, I've dated guys in the past. The first guy I can actually say I semi-dated was, I want to say the 4th grade. And, not gonna name names here with this one, but, we were, as I like to call, elementary school dating, because, we hung out at school a lot, and we called each other on the phone, and at that point in my life, at that age, I considered that dating. Like, I would call him on the phone, and I would, we hang out all the time at school, but we never actually had a date, so. But that was, my first kind of boyfriend. My first actual, real boyfriend was closer to middle school. I actually think it was the summer it was either the summer I went into 5th or the summer I went into 6th, and I forget which. But me and him, we were each other's first, I mean, and I'm still friends with friends with this guy too. But I didn't actually, I've dated quite a few guys in the past, but I've never actually been, dating a girl. I've had, relationships that were short-lived over, online and stuff. Over phone, Facebook, whatever. But I've never actually been out on a date with a girl. I've never done it, I've never been with a girl. And, anyway, sorry, my alarm went off. Anyway, about, maybe, I had, crushes, and like I said, on guys, and maybe once on the one girl I talked about before in elementary school, but I never actually felt, I'd say, attracted to girls, in the sense that, yeah, I think girls are pretty and girls are cute, but never in the sense that, oh, I want to date that girl, or, oh, that girl's hot, whatever. But that all changed, I want to say. I want to say 2.5, 3 years ago, I'm gonna say. Yeah, around that. Maybe even longer. I don't even know. I don't even remember the exact age I was. I know I was older than 15. I can tell you that much. But I do not remember the exact age or time period that I first crushed on a girl in my teen years. I had some flings with girls, but it never lasted long, you know. And, I honestly think the first girl, change that. The first girl I ever came out to, and this is way before any of my family knew, because I did the reverse of what a lot of people do. I know a lot of people tell their families before their friends, but I kind of told a lot of my friends before I told my family. But, that being said, one of my very best friends, she was spending the night, and we were hanging out watching TV, and my mom, she was in the room on the computer. I just happened to glance at her, at my friend, and we both had our phones out, Facebook, and I think it was actually maybe MySpace at that point in time. Maybe my first Facebook, or my, very late into my MySpace years, but, the point is, I texted her pretty much saying, hey, I think I may have a crush on you. I think I may like you, And as you may be thinking, it was a very awkward conversation because I didn't even really understand at the time. I wasn't fully... I knew I liked girls at that point. I hadn't told anyone, though. Except maybe, I joined a few online groups on Facebook or whatever. I think it must have been Facebook, because I had joined, it was shortly after I joined a few Facebook groups. LGBT Facebook groups, but anyway. And I met some people on there and stuff, But, I told her I texted her I thought I had a crush, saying I think I have a crush on you, to her. And she comes back with, "You're kidding, right?" And I didn't know what to say because I'd never been in that position before. It was bad enough I was awkward around guys. I had no clue what to do with girls. How to tell them, how to make it not seem weird or anything. So she texted me back. I'm pretty much flattered, but I'm into guys. And the conversation went on, and we just, I told her some stuff, and pretty much there ended that crush. But a little while later, I was in a placement And I met this girl in the school I was going to because of the school district I was in, because of the placement I was in. And we hit it off, like, we really hit it off. She was pretty much my best friend there at that school. And at one point in time, during my period of time where I was at that school, I found out that she was bi. And I told her about me, keep in mind, second person I told. And, I kind of had a little crush on her too. Keep in mind, this is only the third girl in my life. The second that I really realized that the third in my life that I actually had a crush on. And, we were friends, and, our other than friends relationship didn't really go anywhere. She knew about me and I knew about her, which is pretty much a good step, although I did have a crush on her. But anyway, fast forward, a few more months, and, I, was in another placement, and I liked this girl. We were getting very close, and we talked a lot, and I found out about her. And this time it was more than just a crush. I really liked her. And sadly, I don't think if some of the crap that had happened between us, with me and the family that I was with, and just a whole bunch of stuff had happened, maybe, we would be together now. But we're not, and I'm not, I dwelled on it for a long time. Was obsessed with trying to find her after, trying to get in contact with her after I got out of that placement. And I eventually got over her. But how my mom was the first one in my family to actually find out, and this was at least a year after I had realized what was going on, that I liked girls. And, my mom, she found out actually by accident. I was on Facebook, and I was talking to this girl, and, I had left my IM up on my profile. My mom thought it was her profile, and she glanced at the IM and noticed that I was talking to a girl about, me being liking girls. And my mom came to me and she was like, pretty much. At first, I was scared that she had found out because I grew up in a pretty much Christian home. And I thought that if she knew, she wouldn't, I guess I thought she would just own me or something, but, you know what I mean? But anyway, after my mom found out, we eventually started talking about it after I got comfortable with her knowing. And then I told my dad, and then eventually it just got to the point where I got comfortable with telling other people in my family and friends. A lot of my friends already knew, so it was like cool with them, But the one person I really had a hard time, I didn't even tell. I physically didn't even tell. I just, let her find out for herself on my other Facebook that I just recently created. I was so scared to tell my older sister. And the reason being is because I was so afraid that she would, stop talking to me or whatever because of my sexuality and not let me talk to my niece and all. I had all these horrible scenarios going through my head, and I just, after a lot of people in my life knew, I just finally, said, okay, you know what, I'm ready to let the world know. So I made a new Facebook, because I wanted to change the name on it anyway, on my old one anyway. But kind of couldn't figure out how to do so without making a new one. So I figured, why not make a new one? But on my new one, it has my sexuality as, or my interest in it as guy and girl. So that was a start. And then I am my About Me, and it explains how I consider myself as bi, but leaning more towards girls. But however, like I said before, if the right guy came along, I'd be more than willing to give him a shot. And then I guess the last, thing I want to put in here is I'm not going to tell her name simply because I don't want to what's the word? I don't want to embarrass her or make her feel weird or anything. But the girl I'm with now, we've been talking and we've been off and on a few times, and we're together now, and I guess that her, I don't know exactly how to put it, but I guess being with her is, because but the last time I dated her, I didn't want her to put up a relationship status on Facebook yet. But now that I've come fully out and I'm okay with myself with it, I told her, if you want to do this, make it official on Facebook, you can, And one last thing before I go, there is one other guy who I'm also not going to mention the name. One other guy I just recently broke up with. He will forever be one of my best friends. And he is transgender. Well, actually, yeah, transgender. Not full on, but I guess you would say, pre-operation trans. But, I just wanted to make this video because I've seen a lot of them around, and I wanted to share my story. But I know I jumped around a lot, but that's because I just do that, But I hope, if you guys want to comment, whatever, I'll answer pretty much any question that I can now. I'm really okay with it with myself. Yeah, comment, like, whatever, If you haven't subscribed to my channel, it's Ali Faith 72810. And I'll put a link to that in the description below. See ya. Talk to you guys later. Bye.